Edith Wilson, second wife of U.S. President Woodrow Wilson, was the First Lady of the United States from 1915 to 1921. She married the widower Wilson in December 1915, during his first term as president. Edith Wilson is notable for the influential role she played in President Wilson's administration following the severe stroke he suffered in October 1919. Edith Bolling was born October 15, 1872, in Wytheville, Virginia. While visiting her married sister in Washington, D.C., Edith met Norman Galt, a prominent jeweler of Galt and Bro. The couple married on April 30, 1896 and lived in the capital for the next 12 years. In 1903 she bore a son who lived only for a few days. The difficult birth left her unable to have more children. In January 1908 Norman Galt died unexpectedly at the age of 43. In March 1915, the widow Galt was introduced to recently widowed U.S. President Woodrow Wilson at the White House. Wilson took an instant liking to Galt and proposed soon after meeting her. Wilson married Galt on December 18, 1915, at her home in Washington, D.C., attended by 40 guests. As First Lady during World War I, Edith Bolling Wilson observed gasless Sundays, meatless Mondays, and wheatless Wednesdays to set an example for the federal rationing effort. Following his attendance at the Paris Peace Conference in 1919, Woodrow Wilson returned to the United States to campaign for Senate approval of the peace treaty and the League of Nations Covenant. However, he suffered a stroke in October 1919 which left him bedridden and partially paralyzed. Edith took over a number of routine duties and details of the executive branch of the government from the onset of Wilson's illness until he left office almost a year and a half later. From October 1919 to the end of Wilson's term on March 4, 1921, Edith acted as a de facto steward and determined which communications and matters of state were important enough to bring to the attention of the bedridden president. In 1921, Edith Wilson retired with the former president to their home in Washington, D.C., nursing him until his death 3 years later.